You've just stepped into the airport, lights flashing, announcements echoing, and your gate feels like a mile away. Suddenly, that creeping doubt hits. Am I keeping up? The truth is, airlines quietly design systems that test your patience and stamina, not your comfort. But here is the insider secret. Seasoned travelers over 65 have a playbook airlines hope you will never learn. Because once you know how to bypass their unspoken obstacles, from check-in shortcuts to quiet zones, you'll never travel anxious again. Secret number 1. The golden hour for senior flyers. Nobody mentions. Imagine walking into the terminal and it's calm. No chaotic lines, no impatient sighs behind you, no gate changes blasting over the PA, just a steady hum of efficiency. That's not luck, it's timing. Hidden inside every airport schedule is what insiders call the golden hour. It's that sweet spot, usually between 10 a.m. and 11:30 a.m., when morning rushes fade and staff rotations are fresh. Security lines shrink. Boarding agents are more relaxed. Even upgrade lists reset quietly behind the counter. Why does it matter? Because during this hour, every small advantage compounds. Faster check-ins, better seat options, fewer crowds at TSA, and calmer energy all around. You won't find it on any airline website, but frequent flyers swear by it. A retired pilot once told me, if your wheel's up before noon, you're flying above the chaos. That single shift can turn a stressful day into a smooth one. Target Tuesday or Wednesday mid-morning flights. They have the lowest congestion and best on-time records. Secret number 2. The hidden desk that can instantly upgrade your experience. Here's something airlines don't advertise. Not all counters are created equal. While most travelers queue endlessly at the main check-in, just a few feet away sits a quiet, unmarked powerhouse, the baggage service office. It's usually tucked beside the oversized luggage belt or just beyond the ticket counter. This is where the true insiders go when they need real results. Picture this. A 70-year-old traveler misses her boarding group. Instead of panicking, she slips over to that side office, speaks to the agent wearing a headset, and calmly says, "Could you check for any comfort reseats available?" 5 minutes later, she's sitting in a better seat, no extra charge. Why? Because those agents can override restrictions that the app, and even the main counter, can tee. They handle reroutes, seat changes, lost bag coordination, and yes, sometimes complimentary upgrades if they like your approach. Spot the side agent with a radio or headset. They re the ones who can make magic happen fast. Secret number 3. The quiet line. TSA doesn't advertise. You know that sinking feeling when you round the corner and see a wall of people snaking through security? Here's the insider truth. There's often a second line, quieter, faster, and hidden in plain sight. TSA doesn't publicize it, but many airports have what insiders call TSA PreCheck Light or manual assistance lanes. They exist to keep lines balanced, and seniors qualify more often than they realize. Here's how it works. Approach the agent before the scanner and say, "I'd like manual assistance to reduce physical strain." That simple phrase triggers a protocol that lets them route you into a shorter line. No membership required. You're not skipping security. You're being prioritized for efficiency. One traveler, 68, used this during a holiday rush and cleared the checkpoint in 7 minutes flat, while others waited 30. Calm tone, clear request, confident body language. That's the secret combo. Avoid mentioning disability unless necessary. Instead, use the term manual assistance. It's both accurate and empowering. Secret number 4. The gate agent's code. Words that change everything. Here's the truth. Gate agents are the unsung power players of every flight. They can move you, reseat you, even upgrade you, but only if you speak their language. Most travelers approach them with frustration or vague requests like, "Any chance for a better seat?" That's a dead end. The pros use precision. Imagine this. You walk up 15 minutes before boarding, smile, and say, "Hi there, are there any comfort reseats available today?" That single phrase flips a switch. You were not asking for special treatment. you re-triggering a search command in their system that checks for open aisle or bulkhead seats. It's professional, polite, and signals you know the inside game. One frequent flyer in her late 60s used this tactic after a delayed connection. She ended up in a premium aisle seat. No miles, no fees, no fuss. Timing matters too. Before the pre-boarding announcement, agents have the most flexibility. Keep your tone calm and collaborative. Agents reward friendly travelers more often than demanding ones. Secret number 5. The mobility hack Airlines. Hope you missed here is the thing most travelers over 65 never realize. Mobility service isn't just for those in wheelchairs. It's a golden ticket that unlocks smoother boarding, priority routing, and help with heavy bags, all without labels or pity. Airlines frame it as assistance, but insiders see it as optimization. Picture this. You mention at check-in, "I'd like mobility boarding assistance for distance support." The agent nods, types a note into your reservation, and you're now tagged for early boarding and guided transit through the airport. No chaos, no sprinting between gates. You'll be quietly escorted through less crowded lanes, sometimes even with golf cart transport at larger hubs. The key is timing. Request it at check-in, not the gate. By then, staff are scrambling and options shrink. It's discreet, dignified, and completely legitimate. If you use mobility assistance once, it stays on record for future flights, making each trip easier from then on. Secret number 6. The boarding zone. Flip. You've probably noticed how boarding zones feel rigged. Business travelers first, everyone else packed like sardines. But what most people don't know is that those zones aren't fixed. They're fluid, recalculated for every flight by an algorithm that values one thing above all: reliability. And you can use that to your advantage. Here's the move. Check in exactly 24 hours before departure, not sooner, not later. Airlines log that action as high engagement, and when paired with a mobility note or travel assistance flag, the system quietly bumps you up a zone. That means earlier boarding, empty overhead bins, and less time standing in the jetway crush. A couple from Arizona tested this, checked in precisely at the 24-hour mark, and ended up boarding in Zone 2 instead of 5. That's the power of insider timing. Set an alarm for 24 hours before your flight, then refresh the app twice. It locks your timestamp more effectively, connecting the dots, your airport power path. Here's where everything comes together, your insider roadmap from curb to gate. Picture your airport journey like a chessboard, not a racetrack. Every move you make, arriving during the golden hour, heading straight for that hidden baggage service desk, asking for manual TSA assistance, timing your check-in to the second, stacks the odds in your favor. Suddenly, what once felt like chaos becomes choreography. Visualize it. Calm check-in, smooth security, confident boarding. You're no longer reacting, you're orchestrating. Travelers rush and stumble, but you move with purpose, each step unlocking the next advantage. That's your power path, your personal playbook to glide through any terminal with poise. Before we continue, quick pause. If even one of these secrets has opened your eyes, hit that like button or drop a comment. Share your travel wins or horror stories, because the next traveler over 65 scrolling through might need exactly what you just learned. Screenshot your power path map, from check-in to seatbelt click, and keep it in your phone, S-Notes for next time. In-flight secrets for comfort and control. You've boarded early, bag tucked safely above you. Now it's time to turn a standard flight into a calm, comfortable experience. Here's the insider truth. Once the door closes, the real opportunities open. Flight attendants keep comfort kits, extra pillows, noise-cancelling headphones, and even spare blankets, reserved for priority passengers or medical requests. But they'll rarely offer them unless you ask. Say this early, before takeoff. Could I please have a comfort kit or extra cushion for back support? It's polite, confident, and signals experience. Most crews will gladly oblige, especially for senior travelers who ask early and respectfully. And if you're not thrilled with your seat, there's one more play. Once boarding ends, quietly ask, Could I move to any available aisle once final seating's confirmed? They will usually know within minutes, and saying it calmly makes you first in line if a better spot opens. Avoid seats near lavatories or galley partitions. Fluctuating temperatures and foot traffic cause fatigue over long hauls. The secret psychology of air travel. Calm turbulence isn't just about motion, it's about perception. Most travelers tense up because their brains misinterpret air bumps as danger. But insiders know it's a pattern, not a threat. Pilots call it altitude sensory gap, the mismatch between your body's instincts and your mind's logic. Once you understand it, calm becomes automatic. Picture this. The plane dips slightly, drinks rattle, your seatmate gasps. You, however, exhale. Slow, steady, timed to the rhythm of the engines. That's control. Here's the hack. Inhale on climb. Exhale during level flight. Pause during descent. It syncs your breathing with the plane's motion, telling your nervous system, we're stable. One seasoned traveler over 70 swears by another trick. Tracking the flight map instead of staring out the window. Watching your progress creates context, turning fear into focus. Pair deep breathing with hydration. Even mild dehydration intensifies flight anxiety and dizziness. The rebooking loophole. Most travelers miss. Picture this. You're sitting at the gate sipping coffee when the departure board suddenly flickers. Delayed. You hear the groans ripple through the crowd. But here is the insider edge. Those few minutes before the official announcement are your golden window. Gate agents already see the disruption before the app updates, and if you move fast, you can reroute your entire trip before the chaos begins. Here's how. When you sense a delay, maybe staff whispering or a sudden gate change, calmly walk to the counter and say, "I noticed an update on the flight time. Are there alternative routes still open?" That phrase signals awareness without confrontation. Agents respect proactive travelers. It makes their job easier. A retiree from Denver once used this move and secured the last seat on an earlier flight, while everyone else waited for rebooking emails that came 20 minutes too late. Watch for subtle tells. When gate agents switch from chatting to typing rapidly, something's about to shift. The luggage safety net Airlines. Don't talk about lost luggage isn't random, it's procedural. Most bags go astray because they're logged through central systems after boarding, not before. But insiders know how to close that gap. Before you head to security, stop by the baggage service office or kiosk and say, "Can you please link my bag tag directly to my passenger record?" That manual scan anchors your bag to your flight instantly, cutting tracing delays from days to hours if anything goes wrong. A 70-year-old traveler once tested it on a Europe trip. Her bag took a detour through Frankfurt, but because her tag was linked manually, the system flagged it in minutes, not overnight. She had it back before dinner. Pair that with a Bluetooth tracker tucked discreetly inside your bag, preferably inside your shoe or toiletry kit, where thieves spot it. Double-layered protection, minimal effort. Use bright zip ties or ribbon on zippers. They deter tampering and make your bag instantly identifiable at crowded belts. Post-landing. The Exit Smart Blueprint touchdown. The seatbelt light dings off and everyone leaps up like it's a race to the door. But the pros? They stay seated. Because here's the secret. Rushing to exit usually costs you more time, not less. Those first 2 minutes are pure bottleneck chaos. People blocking aisles, overhead bins jammed, tempers flaring. Instead, pause. Take a breath. Let the crowd move while you collect your items slowly. By the time you stand, the aisle is clear, baggage belts are running, and ground staff are ready. That 2-minute wait buys you calm, and often a faster overall exit. For larger airports, there's an extra layer of control. Ask a flight attendant before landing, "Could I request priority ground assistance to baggage claim?" It's a legitimate service for travelers needing extra time or guidance, and it means someone meets you at the jet bridge to escort you through the maze. Keep your boarding pass handy until you've left the airport. It doubles as ID for special access routes and assistance desks. Your 2025 travel advantage. Staying ahead of airline changes travel in 2025 isn't what it used to be. Airlines are quietly shifting toward automation over assistance, biometric gates, dynamic seat pricing, self-service everything. For most passengers, that means confusion. But for you, it's opportunity. The more you know now, the smoother your next year of flying will be. Start with your Airlines app. Hidden inside notifications or alerts, you'll find an option for operational updates. Turn it on. These early notices arrive hours before public announcements, meaning you'll know about gate changes, cancellations, or check-in window shifts long before the crowd. Want to go a step further? Many airports offer volunteer orientation programs that teach internal layouts and safety protocols. One traveler in her late 60s joined her local airport S-Tour and now knows back corridors most staff don't use. Enroll in one Airline S-Loyalty program. Even the free tier gives you access to beta features and early tech trials. The freedom of flight, turning anxiety into mastery. Take a breath. Think back to how travel used to feel. The noise, the rush, the silent pressure to keep up. Now, picture yourself moving through that same airport with total clarity. You know when to arrive, which desk to use, how to speak the insider language, and when to let the chaos pass by. You flip the script from anxious traveler to calm strategist. Because confidence doesn't come from flying more. It comes from knowing the system, the hidden timing, the unspoken rules, the people who can make or break your day. You've learned how to outsmart the cues, claim comfort, and turn uncertainty into advantage. And the best part? You didn't need elite status to do it, just awareness. Keep a small travel log. Record your wins, note what worked, and you'll start seeing patterns that make every trip smoother. You're not just traveling anymore. You're navigating like an insider. And in our next video, we'll expose new 2025 airline rules and perks that even frequent flyers haven't had tea caught onto yet. Because mastery doesn't end here. It's only just beginning.